All right. I don't normally do videos to Christians, but this is one of those times where this must be said, and Christians must know and understand how hypocritical they are. Um, People in the truth see Christians for who they are, and they definitely are hypocrites. And Christianity will be flushed down Shaul's toilet, meaning they're going to end up in the torments of Shaul, the largest religion in the world, responsible for leading most all people, the largest religion, leading more people into Shaul than any religion. Shame on you, Christianity. Shame on you, Christians. Now stay with me. Don't be upset. Hear the video all the way through. It won't be long. Here is the question. Why are Christians so hypocritical, nasty, and judgmental? I'm not going into the nasty and the judgmental, but you know how you are. You're nasty because your preachers are nasty. They do what the prophet says. You shouldn't do this. The prophet says, with force and cruelty, you have ruled over my people. And so in the churches, they're doing it with force and cruelty. We knew it as stepping on toes. I have my steel toe boots, work boots on. You don't have any shoes on. I'm going to step on your toe. Now, is that polite? Is that right? Is that rude? Should I be causing you pain? This type of pain? So I'm not going into the nasty. I'm not going into judgmental. They telling everybody you're going to hell. You don't accept Jesus, you going to hell. You don't accept Christ, you going to hell. You think it's something you have to do. Judgmental. We're going to stick to the hypocritical part. So what makes them the biggest hypocrites? Here it is. The political process. Your political correctness. This is what makes you the biggest hypocrites. Once again, stay with me. This was your president. When I say your president, you wanted him. You wanted him in office. You had him in office for 4 years. You wanted 4 more years. And if you can get 4 more years after that, you would want that also. So, here is your president. I remember what you said. I'm not young. I'm aged. I've been hearing you speak for years. If you're in your 20s and 30s, you hadn't heard them speak for many years as I've heard them speak. But I've been hearing them speak for a very long time. Decades. And when it's time for the voting process, we know the game. Left, right, Democrat, Republican. We know the game. They don't know the game, but we know the game. And the Republican is their man. Don't care who he is. All right, your Republican get into office. Here's what makes you hypocritical. He gets into office. Once he gets into office, you make YouTube videos. And what do you say? What do you tell the world? Many of them. The ones that's not making YouTube videos, they telling people publicly when they meet them on their jobs, their families, you may not have voted for President Trump, but he's your president now. And you should pray for him. Here come your hypocriticalness. You should pray for him now. He is your president. So you see, of course, there are many different reasons the Christians are hypocrites, but I'm just touching one big reason here. And that's dealing with the hypocrites. When they said, you may not pray for him. You may not, no. He may not be who you voted for. That's it. But you must pray for him now. And so all the Christians, here they go around their man when he was elected. You think he was elected? We know they're selected. And so they were praying for Trump, and they're trying to get everybody else to pray for him and accept him. Because remember, you wanted another one to be in office. And here he is now. He's in office. He's your president. You must pray for him. Prayers for Trump. All through his presidency, prayers for Trump. We got to pray for him. As a country, as a nation, we must pray for him. Now, look what happened. You said he would win a second term. You said the election was fraud. No matter what happened. No matter what, he said it was fraud. He said it was, we know the system. If you don't know the system, that's your fault. You believe the deception and the lies, that's your fault. You believe there's a difference between Democrat and Republican, that's your fault. You believe the system, that's your fault. You believing in something that never worked, that's your fault. I mean, it worked for certain people. It doesn't work for the normal people, the regular people. It worked for the rich. The rich get richer and the poor gets poor. That's the job it's doing. So now we have a new president. There is a new president. Trump lost. He conceded. He said he lost. And now it's your turn. Now it's your turn. You may not vote for him, but you must pray for the president. Now, he's been, at this point, he has already been inaugurated. He's been sworn into office. Face reality. And now you must exercise the same thing you tell those that voted for the other man and he lost. And whether you voted for him or not, he's your president now and you must pray for him. You must pray for Biden now. If you were truly real about what you say out of your mouth and believe in your heart, you would say, okay, Christians, we must pray for Biden now. He is our president. But no, you're hypocrites. What did you say? This is what you said. F Biden. This is hilarious. This makes you a hypocrite. And you need to be told. Hypocritical. How did you get on this road of a hypocrite? It's always been hypocritical. You're pretending to be righteous when you're wicked. You're evil. You walk in darkness. How can I make this statement? You say out of your mouth, the law is done away with. This is one of your core beliefs, that the law is done away with. The word law translated in the Bible very poorly. The word means Torah. The original scriptures, it says Torah. This Torah, it means light. It means truth. It's a revealer. It reveals truth. It reveals iniquity. This Torah is an everlasting Torah. It's forever. The Father said it. The prophet said it. But excuse me, you don't believe that. You believe what's in the New Testament. That will be your fall. Don't blame your leaders. Look in the mirror. Blame yourself. You've been warned. You've been warned. It's time. It's time. Talk is over. It's time for action. It's time for your punishment. It's time for your judgment. This is why the noose getting tighter and tighter around the people's neck and they're feeling it. See, once upon a time, only one race felt the tightness of the government. Now all the races feeling the tightness of the government. See, in order to tighten down on the people that they're really after, they must tighten down on you also. That's where we at. You made fun of the true people when they went into captivity. Wait till your people go into captivity. This what the fuck, this, it's in the Bible, it's in the prophets. So, here's your president that you must pray for. In order to make you not to be a hypocrite. And make sure you make it public to your people. He's our president now. And we must pray for him. Because this is what we say every time a Republican get in office. When a Democrat get in office, they don't say this. Because They are hypocrites. If this message is not true, you have the right to challenge it. Show me the videos. Leave links, leave the videos here. I will leave them on the channel so people can see not all of you are hypocrites. Some of you might say, well, I've said we must pray for him. Put it in the comment section. We will leave it there. We will leave it there so others can see the ones that are not hypocrites. But you still, if you're a Christian, you call yourself a Christian, you're still going to end up in Shaul. How can I make that statement? You say you believe the words of what we know, you know as Jesus. You call him Messiah. We call him the Mashiach. You say you believe his word. Well, he was asked a simple question by someone. How do I inherit eternal life? And he answered the question. And when he answered the question, this is the things Christians don't proclaim. That makes you a hypocrite. You say you live by his words, but actually you don't. So if you don't do Matthew 19 and 17, you're going to bust Shaul wide open. You can't enter into Shaul. You can't enter into life talking about the law is done away with. So he asked him, what must I do to inherit eternal life? And he said to him, he called him good master. Why do you call me good? None is good but one. One. He is one. That's why this channel is Yahuwah. It's one. And that's the Most High. But here is the answer to the question, Christians. If you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. You can't get away from this. You're not commandment keepers. And you're going to have a problem. There are some Christians that are beginning to understand this. They're calling themselves commandment keepers. They have another problem. They still believe in the lie of who the real people are. And this right here will get you in trouble. You have to accept the fact who the real people are. They're scattered in all the earth in the lands of their captivity, with the curses of Deuteronomy 28 resting on them. The people over in the Israelis, the Israelites, they don't go through that. See, family, why we don't call ourselves Israelites? Israelites don't go through that. Israelites has dual citizenship in the land of Israel we know as today Israel. The people in the truth know that's the land of Yasharal. It is larger than what they're saying it is. So make sure you don't get it twisted. Who's who? You're going to end up in Shaul. So your message? Know and understand. The righteous see you being hypocrites. The Father sees you being hypocrites. The Malachims, the Most High and his host, the host of the Most High, they see you being hypocrites. And you cannot accept the fact that the Torah is everlasting. His word is everlasting, and that shall never change. No matter how many times you say the law is done away with. See, you could say it 1 billion times and believe it in your heart and be ready to die for that which you believe, and die for what you believe, but ultimately end up in Shaul. Learn not to be hypocritical. This is one of the biggest mistakes Christians. They're just hypocrites. Were we not warned against being hypocritical? Learn not to be a hypocrite. It won't pay in the end.